It is the biggest educational technology conference of the Southeast. Science Rocks is on the road at FETC. Hello, I'm Laura Spence, STEM specialist. Every year, FETC showcases the newest educational techniques and trends as it relates to technology. And this year, a big emphasis is on STEM. In this episode, we'll introduce you to the national STEM champions who have a strong local connection. We'll talk to a former astronaut who has an interesting perspective to get students interested in STEM. We'll check out some of the newest tools in STEM education from around the country, plus introduce you to one of the foremost experts on coding. So what is coding? Over the past couple of months, Pinellas County Schools has really gotten involved with it. Gulf Beaches Elementary is Pinellas County's newest magnet school, a center for innovation and digital learning. They are embracing this initiative in full gear. Fifth grade teacher Randy Straughter leads his students into the world of coding through video games like Minecraft.
Students has a one-to-one iPad teaching tool. They go in and the people that are behind the scenes of the code.org environment are the ones that are going in and trying to teach those concepts along the way. So they're getting famous personalities. Chris Bosch is one of them. Ashton Kutcher. President Obama is actually one of the ones that goes and endorses them. And so along the way, it teaches them a new skill through a verbal explanation of what it is that they're about to do, and then gives them the opportunity to practice that skill themselves.
Counting a little bit of the blocks? That's pretty neat. So can you try it again for me?
And these lessons even trickle down to the kindergarten level, as Emily Walsh shows us with her students.
It goes right along with math. It's good for problem solving. It's good even teaching them addition. It's teaching them direction.
During October, we trained over 40 STEM Academy teachers to implement coding in their classroom. Recently, there was the Hour of Code at Tyrone Middle School. Let's go check it out.
He has to move forward again, right?
Today we've been preparing for our Hour of Code, where the students go into the Hour of Code website and they work on certain games, computer programming games such as Minecraft.
Yeah, to your right.
It's sort of a problem-solving type of computer programming where they don't automatically get it, so they have to try certain codes in order to successfully complete an Hour of Code.
Oh, move forward, 1, 2. I'm being taught how to use the growth mindset. You need to look at places with different points of views and try to figure out different ways to figure out a problem instead of using one, and you don't give up. You keep on going and going and going.
This can relate to, it can go across all curriculum content. That while they're solving problems, whether it be world history, whether it's math, whether it's science.
I want to be an artist. Let's say if I am doing some art and I feel that I'm not going to be successful doing it, I can use my growth mindset strategy to help me keep on going and not giving up.
The kids can relate to those type of games and then enjoy them, explore them, sometimes have failures, and most of the time have successes because the kids are so engaged in the Hour of Code. I can also see a lot of smiles. I did it. They've accomplished something. And so they've taken ownership in their learning to learn how to figure this out.
So you can see, Pinellas County has done a lot with coding. And at FETC, the keynote speaker at the conference is a trailblazer in this field who has taken it to the next level. Reshma Saujani is the founder and CEO of Girls Who Code, a national nonprofit organization based in New York, looking to close the gender gap in technology and engineering sectors across the country. As the former deputy public advocate for New York City, Reshma has a long track record of bringing together public and private sectors to encourage entrepreneurship. But you might be surprised to hear about her science background.
First of all, I run an organization called Girls Who Code, and I am not a coder. Both my parents were engineers, and so I have no excuse. I was one of those girls that was terrified of math and science growing up. But as you see all these jobs that are coming in the computing and technology related fields, 1.4 million, and the fact that less than 25% of them are going to be filled by women, that terrifies me as an American. And I truly believe that for the jobs of the future, which are in computer science and engineering, we need women. And that's why I've dedicated my life to this issue.
That is truly amazing, and we're excited to be here with you. So during your keynote presentation in this room, you have a big message that you want to convey to educators, to technology moguls, to startup businesses. What's the message that you're hoping to convey today?
Well, I think for me the message is the lack of women in computer science. I really believe it's the most important domestic issue of our nation's time. Like, we're missing out on innovation. And every day that goes by that we don't have computer science in every single classroom, it's a problem for our country. And so we have this group full of amazing educators and amazing technologists. They have the capacity to make sure that we get these programs in every single school, in every single community. And I hope to activate them. I truly believe that we're in the middle of a moment, a middle of a movement, and time is of essence.
And I absolutely agree with you. So what advice would you give budding female STEM entrepreneurs, anybody interested in STEM fields? What advice would you give those females?
Well, I always say, whether you want to be Beyonce or Hillary Clinton, you need to learn how to code. And so everybody needs to learn how to code. You need to be able to have a conversation with an engineer, understand how your product works. Technology is a part of everything that we do. Women make 85% of all consumer purchases. We use social media at a rate of 600% more than men. We own the internet. And so we need to make sure that we get, I think, this skill set, which is the basic 21st century skill set that every person needs.
And we're trying to work on that with Pinellas County Schools. So one of your platforms is about risk-taking and competition. Yeah. And those are skills not traditional in a classroom. But in our STEM academies, we try and emphasize those and get kids comfortable with that. Yeah. So what advice would you give to use risk-taking and competition as, a leg up for a career or an interest in STEM?
Yeah. So I'm a fan of failure. I fail all the time. I get rejected all the time. And because of it, I've built a thick skin. And I think the thing about computer science is that everybody thinks coding is so hard, right? It's so tough. And then when you learn how to do it, you feel like you've gotten a superpower. And in doing it, you failed. You've gotten the code wrong over and over and over again. And so teaching coding to me is like teaching failing. And I think learning how to fail, learning how to take risks is so important.
And that's a theme we'll see throughout the show as we talk to a former NASA astronaut, an NFL player who experienced his share of failure before reaching the highest levels of his career. But first, I'll take you to the National STEM Awards, and you'll see why Pinellas County is leading the way in STEM. Science Rocks rolls on from the Future of Education Technology Conference in Orlando.